Have you ever held on to a mistake so tightly that it felt like you were carrying a heavy stone in your pocket, weighing you down every single day? We all make mistakes. It's a fundamental part of being human. But what separates those who grow from those who get stuck is the ability to let go. Today, I want to share a powerful story that might just change the way you look at your past and help you finally set that stone down. Once, in a small, serene village, lived a wise old Zen master. He was known throughout the land, not for his magical powers, but for his profound peace and his ability to guide people through their troubles. One day, a young man, his face etched with worry and shame, came to the master. He confessed that years ago, he had made a terrible mistake, one that had hurt someone he cared about deeply. Even though he had apologized and tried to make amends, the guilt gnawed at him, replaying in his mind day and night. He felt trapped, unable to move forward, and his life had become a shadow of what it once was. The Zen master listened patiently, his gaze calm and compassionate. When the young man finished, the master didn't offer a lecture or a simple solution. Instead, he said, "Come with me." He led the young man to a beautiful, clear river that flowed near the monastery. The water shimmered in the sunlight, and the sound of its gentle current was soothing. The master picked up a sturdy, but empty bucket from the riverbank. He handed it to the young man and said, "Fill this bucket with water from the river." The young man, though confused, did as he was told. He dipped the bucket into the cool, flowing water and filled it to the brim. It was heavy, and he struggled a bit to lift it. "Now," the master instructed, "hold the bucket out in front of you with both hands. Do not put it down." The young man obeyed, holding the heavy bucket straight out. For the first minute, it was manageable. After 5 minutes, his arms began to ache. A dull burn started to creep into his shoulders. After 10 minutes, his arms were trembling, and sweat beaded on his forehead. The bucket felt impossibly heavy. He looked at the master, his face pleading. "Master," he strained, "I can't hold this much longer. My arms are on fire. It's too heavy." The master simply smiled and asked, "Is the bucket itself getting heavier?" The young man shook his head. "No," he grunted. "The weight is the same, but the longer I hold it, the heavier it feels." The master nodded. "Exactly," he said gently. "Now, put it down." With a gasp of relief, the young man dropped the bucket. The water splashed onto the ground, and he massaged his sore, aching arms. The relief was immediate and immense. The master sat beside him on the riverbank. "Your past mistakes," he began, "are like this bucket of water. Holding on to them for a few moments doesn't cause much harm. Thinking about them for a little while is natural, but holding on to them for hours, for days, for years, it will only bring you pain. It will drain your energy, exhaust you, and make you incapable of carrying anything else. The weight of the mistake doesn't change, but your ability to bear it diminishes the longer you refuse to let it go." The young man looked at the spilled water soaking into the earth, then back at the master. The simple, profound logic of the lesson began to sink in. He had been holding his own bucket of guilt for so long that he had forgotten what it felt like to have his hands free. He had allowed the weight of one moment in time to define his entire existence. The master continued, "The river is still flowing. The water you held is already gone, rejoining the current, moving on. Your past is the same. It has flowed by. You cannot change what has happened, but you can choose to put the bucket down." This story is a beautiful metaphor for our own lives. How many of us are carrying around buckets of our own? A bucket of regret over a failed relationship, a bucket of shame from a poor decision, a bucket of anger at someone who hurt us, a bucket of guilt over words we can't take back. We hold them out in front of us every single day and wonder why we're so tired, why we feel so stuck, and why our arms ache with the strain of it all. We convince ourselves that we deserve to carry this weight, that it's our punishment. But who are we really punishing? The past is gone. The only person suffering in the present is us. Letting go is not about forgetting. It's not about pretending the mistake didn't happen or excusing the behavior. It's about acceptance. It's about accepting that you are human, and humans are imperfect. It's about accepting that the event is over, and you have survived it. Letting go is an act of self-compassion. It's giving yourself permission to stop carrying the heavy bucket and to use your hands, your energy, and your life for something new. Think about it. What could you build if your hands weren't full? What new things could you carry? A bucket of hope, a bucket of new experiences, a bucket of joy. So, how do we put the bucket down? It starts with a conscious decision. Acknowledge the mistake and the feelings that come with it. Feel the guilt, the sadness, the regret. But don't let those feelings become your home. Allow yourself to learn the lesson the mistake was meant to teach you. Every stumble is an opportunity for growth. What did you learn about yourself, about others, about life? Extract the wisdom and then release the pain. Forgiveness is key, both for others and, most importantly, for yourself. You wouldn't force a friend to carry a heavy weight forever as punishment for a mistake. So why do you do it to yourself? Imagine your mistake as that water in the bucket. Now, see yourself tipping the bucket over and letting that water flow away, back into the great river of time. Feel the immediate relief. Feel the lightness in your arms, in your shoulders, in your soul. Your past does not have to be a life sentence. It can be a lesson. It's time to put the bucket down. You've carried it for long enough. Your future is an empty canvas, and your hands are finally free to paint something beautiful. You deserve that peace. You deserve that freedom. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next story. Remember, your journey to a lighter, freer life can start right now. Just put the bucket down.